Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a YouTube and Facebook live weather update on this Sunday night. I know a little bit odd. If you're watching, you might be rubbing your eyes and thinking, wait a minute, I thought this was the weekend. I thought this was Sunday, and it is. I am sitting in for Will for tonight. So I am the one doing the Facebook live update for tonight. And so we'll probably keep this on the shorter side. Mainly because there isn't a whole lot to talk about. We do have some weather changes coming this week, but compared to what we were looking at, of course, through much of last week, when we had a couple of rounds of storms, we had the heat, we had the humidity, nothing like that. First off, a word for the folks who are still dealing without power, and I hope that your patience can continue with respect to that. And for those crews who have come from near and far to help get our power turned back on, much respect and appreciation to them as well. Hello to you, Barb. Thanks for checking in. Ken, hello. Shelly, beautiful day. Wasn't an awesome day today? Tomorrow's going to be pretty nice too, except for that a lot of people have to go back to work. Wilson, no sweater, just a hoodie. That's the way I am. I'd like a hoodie to go, please. Hello to you, Kathy in Sturgis. Can I warm it up a little? Oh boy, I hate to be short with my answer, but in a short answer, no. And I'm sorry, but not. Jerry, good evening. Hope you stay safe as well. Shauna, from sweating in shorts to sweaters and socks really fast. That's right. Welcome to Pure Michigan, especially in the month of May. I mean, I would say you could even have something like that in early June. But yeah, especially in the month of May, we can just go all over the map. And we're definitely doing that now. Sean, hello to you. In Portage, thanks for being here. Gwen, hello. And Shannon, I'm having a wonderful weekend. I hope you are too, and I hope you enjoyed your night. Cynthia, it is chilly out there for sure. The OC is in the house. Thanks to Chris. Happy Sunday night to you too. And Dawn, good evening to you. Well, let's get right to it here. I'm going to squeeze myself back here just a little bit so that, oops, didn't mean to do that one. Here we go. There we go. So that we can see what we're talking about here. We say goodbye sweating and hello to the sweaters, right? As it's going to be cool. And, you know, I mentioned it, I think on Friday, that this is a pattern change. And, you know, when we talk about pattern change, it's not something that's just going to last a day or two. A pattern change means this is a change in our weather pattern. So, for example, as I posted on my Facebook, on all my social pages, probably about an hour or so ago when I put up the 7-day forecast, you know, last week from Saturday, a week ago, yesterday, to just a few days ago, Saturday, high temperatures every day were in the 70s and 80s, right? This week, as I'll show you, all the way through the weekend, highs are only going to be in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, even some 50s. So obviously that is a pattern change, not just because it's going to be much cooler for a couple of days, but this cool trend is likely to linger all the way to the end of the month. Let me rephrase. It is very possible that it will continue all the way through the end of the month. Something else that I posted on my social pages earlier today is the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. And it is showing a fair amount of confidence, leaning toward, I think is what it says, a below average temperature pattern for us all the way to the end of the month. So yeah, it's going to be rather cool, I think, for the next week or two. You know, first of all, for those who like to wear sweaters and hoodies, good for you. The other thing is that it usually, not always, but usually precludes then any kind of severe weather like what we had last week. So that's a bit of a trade-off there because we don't have that heat and humidity for those storms to build on. Dawn, hello to you. And Jeanette, weather seems like late August, early September. Yeah. Oh, you're outside for a graduation. Not a bad afternoon for that, for sure. Yankee Springs Township Fire Department in the house. Thank you for your service, and thank you for being here too. I appreciate it. Cynthia went through Oshtemo earlier, a lot of power trucks. That's where I am, is out in Oshtemo. My power was out for 2 days, but I'm thankful that I got it on last night. However, earlier today, I was at a convenience store, and somebody said, you know, mine's still out. And obviously, we know from looking at the power outage map, there's still a lot of folks who are dealing without it. And you see all of those power trucks, and I note what's on the side of the door, what's on their lift, you know, their cherry picker, whatever you want to call it, to see where they're from. And it's just fascinating to me to see where these folks are from. And I know they're getting paid and stuff, but they're also away from their families and they're away from their homes. And so I do appreciate them being here and working to try to get us back online, because obviously the task would take even longer, a lot longer, if they weren't here. So I say thanks and welcome here. Sharon, rain okay, no storms. I don't know, and nobody does. Sharon, are we going to have a stormy summer? I hope not. But I will say this. I think the pattern for the next week to 10 days, as much as I feel we can go out that far, a week, okay, but when we go out 10, 12 days, how I feel about that, is going to be very quiet, very quiet. Hopefully that means that we got it all out of our system, because it has been a stormy spring. And I got to tell you, anecdotally, I feel like it's always we're either front-loaded with the storms or we're backloaded with the storms, meaning that our April and May is fairly quiet, but then June and July are actually active. Or on the other hand, our April and May are active, as they have been this time, and June and July is quiet. Sometimes it's all quiet, and sometimes maybe we're active through the whole period. I hope it's not that. That's for sure. I feel like we've already paid our weather dues. Good night to you. Wilson, thank you for being here. Thanks for the thanks. Cheryl, hello. And Jill, hello. The heat can stay away. This cool air can stay. Chris, I know you're a fan. You're going to like it. Rob, liking the weather too. Sharon, thankful the power's back on for cooler weather. Holly, hello to you. Turn the heat back up. It's going to be a little while. Quiet is very good, Barb, especially in the weather world. All right. Goodbye, sweaters. Hello. Oh, goodbye, sweating. Hello, sweaters. Rain gear ready for showers Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's start with your bus stop forecast for Monday morning. Look at this temperature. What? Our typical low is near 50, upper 40s to near 50. We're going to be in the low 40s. We're going to have a few more mornings like that this coming week, as I'll show you on the 7th day. And so if you've got tender plants in the ground, which totally makes sense if you do, tender vegetation out there, I'm not saying that you need to cover them up, but if you're in some of those outlying areas, away from the cities, if you're in a more rural area where there's a lot of grass and a lot of fields and not a lot of concrete and asphalt, and you're in a low-lying area where it typically gets colder, wouldn't be surprised to see some patchy frost. Most of us aren't going to have to deal with that at all. But still, it is pretty chilly considering that we are in mid-May, right? We're on the back half of May, actually, and we're going off to school at 41 degrees. Few clouds, chilly temperatures. Coming home, it will be pleasant, partly sunny, with a high in the mid-60s. Sharon, for Memorial Day weekend, oh, you're camping in Ludington. I am so jealous. I wonder how early did you have to get on the phone there or get your reservation and get that done? Because I know those campsites go in a hurry. Memorial weekend, which I believe, gotta look at my notes here. I believe that is what, that's going to be the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, right? Looks like the weather should be friendly, but I will say this, it is going to be chilly. Yeah, it's going to be rather cool. So you're going to need to take, some blankets and a little heater action if you have a plug in there, if you have a hookup. There you go, Sharon. Dawn, awesome. In Kalamazoo and Portage. Yeah, there's so many of those trucks around. Stu, hello to you from the zoo. Thanks for checking in, Carla. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Greg, hey, as always, thank you. Holding Sturgis down, right? They're on US 12. Thanks for checking in, Greg. Alice, hello. Linda, hello to you. Good evening. Crystal, all of BCPS has no school tomorrow. Okay, interesting. BCPS out. All right. Jose, I know, con cuidado. I don't read that much Spanish, Jose. I'm so sorry. Got Wi-Fi and TV back on this morning. Hallelujah. And boy, don't you miss that stuff, right? When it's gone. Look at this. This is live. This is a live sunset on Silver Beach, looking out over St. Joe. You can see the pier and the lighthouses there in the distance. What a gorgeous view here. So hello, St. Joe. Hello, Silver Beach. One of the many beautiful beaches that we have that are on our West Michigan lakeshore. Awesome view there. All right, let's talk temps. It is chilly on Silver Beach. We got upper 40s. We have mid to upper 40s in South Haven. In Inland, we still have low to mid 50s. I had my windows open for a little bit earlier today, but it's like, better close those things up because it's going to get cool. And what you don't want to do is right after we were sweating a couple of days ago to have to turn on the heater, right? That is a cardinal sin. Cardinal sin. So you see the temperatures there. Let's talk about those dew points. They're way down. The air is dry. That also means that we could have a really cool night tonight. We have the ingredients, ample supply of cool air. Our skies are mostly clear. And as you can see, the winds are getting lighter. Still, where they do have a direction, mainly out of the northwest or north, and that's a sign that the cool flow continues. Can you believe, well, I guess you can believe, if you're in the UP, you can believe anything. Marquette right now is 32 degrees. It is freezing right now in Marquette. Oh boy. 42 in Traverse City, right? 42 in Traverse City. So that cool pocket of air that you can see that goes down to Fort Wayne and Chicago over to Dubuque and then cuts up to Pierre, South Dakota. And then you see all that pocket of cold air, obviously not Sioux City, obviously not Des Moines or Peoria. I'm talking about where you see those greens and blues. That carved out area of cool air is what's going to be around for us for several days. So that's why it's going to remain quite cool. Janice, any weather news from Memorial Day? I do think it's going to be dry. I think that we'll see some sunshine, but I also think that it is going to be chilly compared to average. I'm talking about highs. High temperatures only in the low 60s, maybe low to mid 60s, and overnight lows in the mid 40s, low to mid 40s. So that's a little cool for this time of year for us. So I think it'll be decent, but it is going to be cool. Burnell, good evening to you. Becky, hello to you. No air tonight for sure. Tony, can't turn on the heater. Oh no, you better make sure those windows. That's proper window management, right? All right, we go from midnight tonight. Notice tomorrow I think we'll see a fair amount of sun. Not a bad looking day, really. Clouds start to build, I think, in the afternoon, but still we'll call it partly sunny in mid 60s. Not bad and not far off what we typically see. Now, Tuesday is when we have some changes coming. Tuesday morning, still looking good. Clouds start to move in, not as chilly. We'll be in the 40s. But then here comes the rain, and it's going to be sliding in during the afternoon. So we'll have some showers. I don't think we're going to have any thunderstorms. It's going to be a chilly rain, though. No severe weather out of this. But it's going to be a chilly rain with high temperatures. Okay. There you go. Rolando, thank you for a little translation action. And Jose, thanks for the thought. Appreciate that. Awesome. I appreciate that. Drive safe and minimize disasters. Love it. Thanks, Jose, for the thought. And thanks, Rolando, for coming in and translating for us. I appreciate it. Candace, nice night and forecast. Yeah, it isn't too bad. But that rain Tuesday morning that's going to really sort of linger into Wednesday a little bit with some scattered showers is going to be rather chilly. In fact, look at the temperatures here. Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday. I got to check my own notes. Yeah, upper 50s. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, upper 50s. Look, our average high is 71. So we are really flipping the script here, right? We truly, literally go from sweating to sweaters. That's awfully cool. And by the way, look at those low temperatures. Thursday morning, Friday morning, especially Saturday morning, when we are down there near 40, that means in some of the low-lying spots, again, where it typically gets colder, you might even still see some patchy frost. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. However, I will say this, outside of those Tuesday, Wednesday showers, we're looking pretty good, and we're looking pretty dry. And like I said, you know how I feel about going beyond 7 days. Not good with it. But I will say this, if you want to take it out to the full run of, let's say, 14 days out, 10 to 12 days out, it's dry. So it's cool, but it's dry. I think we'll see a fair amount of sunshine, but it will be dry. But it will be cool. Jennifer, hello to you. Rigo, hello to you. Thank you for being here. Joanne, I get it. I think a lot of folks would like that. Shennis Joe, hello to you. I thought about you when we were talking about Pearson with those thunderstorms on Friday night. So I hope you made it through okay. And Tony, still no power. I am so sorry, buddy. I went 48 hours and I was already getting pretty salty about it, you know? So thoughts are with you. And hopefully tomorrow, that power will be on. Hopefully it'll be on tomorrow. Well, there you have a gander of the 7 days. So that'll sort of take care of things. I'm going to skate on out of here. I'll be live at 10 on ARC West Michigan. live at 11 on the Mothership News Channel 3. Actually, I think we're going on 13 minutes late, thanks to CBS coverage of the PGA golf tournament. They did not get done on time, so I think we're going to be 13 minutes late, which would put us on at 11:13. William, thanks for the thanks. I appreciate that. If I don't catch you on the tube tonight, don't forget, I'm all over social media. WWMT's Keith Thompson. Give me a like. Give me a follow. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, at the @ WW. I'm sorry, Keith, Weatherman Keith, at Weatherman Keith. Don't forget our website, WWMT.com/weather, our free weather app. Use it. Boy, it's been busy this last week. I know folks who are using it liked it. Give it a try, especially when we have some stormy weather. But if you don't like it, then just get rid of it, and it doesn't cost you anything. Colin is in for Jeff tomorrow. Jeff is off tomorrow, so Colin Rogers will be here in the morning. He's got you at noon. I'll be back at 5, 5:30, and 6. We'll do another Facebook Live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Joanne, I hope you have a good night as well. I'm glad, Shinna's Joe. Boy, I thought about you. They were a while, but you made it through. That's good. I think we're looking good, Joanne, for Memorial Day weekend. I think we're looking good. That could change. We're still a few days out, but I think we're going to be looking good. Thanks, Shinna's Joe. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, I'm skating on out of here. Hey, let's get some good rest and let's hit Monday hard so that we can put it in the rearview mirror and say we did good work. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with everybody else. Take your time and enjoy that sunshine that we have tomorrow, but you're going to need a sweater in the morning. Good night, everybody. Thank you again so much for being here.